When we did Kanye, we major. Warren Campbell, he's put record. I went, big Dontae. And it was classic. It was no, Lord, let's try it again. It wasn't no, I don't know if I like that idea. It was just first instinct, go, respond. The best things happen when you don't think about it, when you don't think too hard, when you just respond. It's not my job to figure out how life works or what happens at the end. It's only my job to figure out the now. And music is the same way. All you have to do is respond. There's no right and wrong. There's only respond.
And something else I wanted to ask in regard to music is, when it comes to the creation process for you, what do you need to have around you when you're creating so that you can be in your best mode and the best version of yourself?
Best version of myself is always waking up and saying, I'm going to have an amazing day. That opens up the Dontae miracle. It would open up anybody's miracle, but it does it for me. It's the first words I wake up. I'm really big on manifestation. I'm really big on meditation, and I'm really big on prayer. So keeping my mind with blinders on so that I can only see in one direction. So if negativity comes here, it's swiped away and I can stay focused. It's like I wake up, I speak what's going to happen that day. I'm going to make a great song today. Voice, articulation, sound. Goes into the universe, goes forever, goes into my body, goes into my cells. My cells are listening. My subconscious is listening. My heart is listening. God is listening. The spirits are listening. I'm not thinking about money. I'm not thinking about making hits. I'm not thinking about being famous. I'm thinking about being a vessel. How can I get to the purest essence of what I want to communicate and not distorting it and not getting in the way of frequency and vibration, what's coming through me? If I can get in that holy place, that's how I set myself up for success before creation. And going with the first thought, I try to stay with the first thought. What happened first? Whatever it is, the first idea, I save it. I may try to edit and do some other things or play another melody, but only the first instinct for me always wins.
I like that. I've been working on that myself too, especially the getting out of your own way part, because you can be so analytical and thoughtful about what you're doing that you are like not letting it flow. But you're describing a flow state. You're gracious enough to get into a flow state at least whenever you can, but also knowing that you walk with it every day. So if you needed to turn it on, you can turn it on.
Yes, you do it every day if you respond. It's about responding. I think walking through life is about listening to God in every iteration, every little unction, every little, you should go make a left. Oh, make a left. You should be studying right now. Okay. You should go to sleep. Yeah, don't go to that party. You should go to that dinner. You should get up at 5 a.m. You need to sleep a little longer today. All these little signals that we kind of bypass and ignore. I think mastery is when you can get good at seeing which one is the one for now. What's the best signal for right now? What should I be doing now? Doing this podcast, talking to a young brother, or pushing him back 2 more weeks? And then it doesn't happen. And then the message that goes out to the universe doesn't get to the person it's supposed to get to. So you've destroyed a whole line of events by not doing one thing. So I try to treat every now moment as the one thing that changes everything in the universe. It's not my job to figure out how life works or what happens at the end. It's only my job to figure out the now. Right now, what should I be doing? Who should I be calling? Who should I be praying for? How should I respond to? How should I be kissing my daughter, reading to my son, loving my wife? What is the answer to the sentence of right now? That's what I think one of the secrets is people miss, because people are in flesh or they're in ego. They're like, man, I'm about to go do it. They pick up a thing, a mantra that they want to do, but it's not in relation to what I think God wants done at any given moment or how the universe is moving. It's almost like they in a boat. The boat is stuck in the river and they say, I'm going to go here, right there. But the waves are moving and saying, I need you to do something else. Now, you wanted to do that today, but the waves are moving this way. And I think the better you go with the waves, the better your life turns out. And you can't predict it, I know. And none of us are God to say. But I think God does speak to us every day if we listening. Some of us choose not to listen. Some of us stay on the phones way too much. that we're blocking the Wi-Fi signal from us to God. And I just want to keep my Wi-Fi signal open. So when he say, yeah, wear your hair out, I take my hair out. Or he said, I need you to wear pink today or blue. You just get the feeling, the unction. Oh, I should be wearing light blue today. Oh, that person over there, I should ask them if they need prayer. Oh, that person, I should tell them how beautiful they are. How you doing? Nice to meet you. You're very beautiful. Oh, thank you. You just never know. But you should be following. You should be able to respond. And music is the same way. All you have to do is respond. There's no right and wrong. There's only respond.
I think you answered my question I was going to ask, because you're speaking about listening, and listening is a trait. It has to do with intentionally opening your mind or being still long enough to receive something else.
Yes, and what you still long enough to receive something else. Go.
My question was, how have you found a way to be so still and responsive and to know not to hesitate with your response?
I've seen the success of my lack of hesitation. When we did Kanye We Major, Warren Campbell said, then he's put record. I went, big, big Dontae, and it was classic. It was no, Lord, let's try it again. It wasn't no, I don't know if I like that idea. It was just first instinct, go, respond. And when I seen the response to people, Kanye rapped on it, Nas rapped on it, became a great album, Grammy Award-winning album. I said to myself, oh, the best things happen when you don't think about it, when you don't think too hard, when you just respond. So I've been trained from making samples to making songs to making love to making friends, that when you respond appropriately, whatever that is for the moment, you normally get the best result. So that's what kind of gave me the practice of responding correctly over time.
Do you think that's been the reason you're still with people like Justin Timberlake and working with Alicia Keys, and different people resonate with you because you get them, you know how to respond in a way they might need?
Sure. I think that's part of it musically. I also think I'm meant to be in their lives. I think they see me and see something special. I don't know what it is. Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais pas. I'm sorry. I think that there's something that people get when I come into the room. Like I said, when I come into the room, the light is on. I bring the light. And sometimes people want to feel better, or they want to feel supported. Anybody I work for, I bring them up. I make them feel supported. I make the other musicians around me feel supported and engaged. I'm good at listening. I'm good at being a good companion, a good coworker. I'm a good leader, and I'm a good follower. I think all of that comes into play when working with different artists. And I also am a good listener. I think people like it when they can be around you and know that they can say anything and there's no judgment. I present no judgment, no shame, and all positivity. And I think that gives me great success in those arenas.
You sound like you're saying you make people comfortable to be themselves.
Yes. I was born being able to listen to any kind of person tell any kind of story and not have a feeling or judgment about it.
This podcast and audio series was brought to you by Respect the Real, a network where creativity is anchored by authenticity, passion, and pure intentions. If you're enjoying this, please follow UraelB on social media, follow our guests on social media, and drop a comment on this video so we know how much value we're bringing you. I feel that same way, like for whatever reason, a lot of the times I personally haven't felt like I could show up as myself the way that I've allowed other people to show up as themselves. Sometimes I think we get caught up in our identities of what we do versus what we were before that, or what we can be when it's all said and done. And I've had to battle with, like, I am what I do. I'm a great writer, orator, and, leader, but sometimes that's not what people are asking for. They want to have their space and their time. And if they're sharing that moment with you, you have to be what they need in that moment. So is this something you can say is a testament to your relationship with your wife? You've been able to be what she needs you to be, and vice versa?
I would say so. I'm still learning to be what she needs me to be. Even after 33 years of friendship, 28 years of best friends, because that's when we met and that's when we became best friends, 26 years of marriage. Blissful marriage, not just okay marriage, but amazing marriage, like best marriage in the world marriage. even with that as a foundation, it's tough to be a man. It's hard being a man, and it's hard being a husband. It's hard knowing a woman, because a woman is ethereal. A woman is feminine nature, water. It moves. It does not stay in the same place. I'm still mastering that dance. It's a careful dance. And you try to be as sensitive as nurturing, but sometimes you got to be tough and warrior-like. And you got to be what she needs you to be when she needs you to be it. So I'm still discovering that. I do a good job. If I got to pat myself on the back, I might do 80%. She might say 90. Most guys might hover around 70 to 50, but at an 80 to 90% level of being a husband / supporter, provider, protector, making her feel heard, felt, and listened to, still there are days I fall short. And so for me, the dance and the challenge is growing, being vulnerable and expressive, but also being able to have ESP and see ahead of time, what is she gonna need tomorrow? What is she gonna ask me for? Is it today is the man to listen, cry on my shoulder, baby? Or today is the man, no, get up, we all go in the gym. Or is it day, let's cook together tonight, baby, let's watch a movie. Or today is, girl, I miss you so much. I love making love to you. Or is it the day of, hey, girl, let's write a song. There's so many ways of approaching the dynamic of you coming together. And when she brings me conversation, trauma, attitude, beauty, she brings me different things in a divine feminine, and I have to look at them and process them as they're happening, knowing that she's fluctuating in the moment and she's going to judge the moment. She's not judging the track record. Yeah, you've been a good man for all those years. Cool. Women don't care nothing about no track record. They want to know what you're going to be today. Are you listening to me today? Are you sensitive today? Are you also taking out the trash, putting gas in the car? Are you driving for me? Are you opening up the door? Are you doing that today? Because yesterday you did it, but today you didn't do it, and now you ain't shit. Being a man is difficult in that you have to always navigate something that is always moving. I like to say to some of my friends now, if we were two men dating and the other man wasn't feminine, two masculine men, let's say in a hypothetical system, this normally doesn't happen. Normally there's always a masculine and feminine, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual. But if there were two masculine men and they had a relationship, it would be perfect. Because it would be logic and sound, and everybody would be accountable to everything, and the target doesn't move. You say, man, you get up here, you gonna do the lawn? Yeah, I do the lawn when I get to it. Oh, you'll get to it when you get to it. It's just all contractual with men. And your track record stands. I ain't do it today, but listen, I did it for the last 165 days, so you know I'm good for it. Credit in the bank. That's how men work with each other. Men don't come in with attitude from something that was talked about 3 months ago. It just doesn't happen. We come in fresh like, hey, also we know we can hurt each other. So there's a heightened respect that we walk with when in the room with lions. Lions can bite lions. So we heighten our respect and our awareness in that. That's not so with female, right? So since we're dealing with something that's different than us, Mars, Venus, feminine, masculine, yin, yang, water and fire, there's a dance between the elements. And mastery, and a lot of people before us haven't done it well, just to be honest. Some of us, the hip-hop generation, fathers and husbands, are doing it at the highest level that it could be done. Because guys were providers, but they weren't necessarily sensitive enough and vulnerable enough to give the women the other sides that modern women say they need. So this is a challenge for man. And but we're doing a good job, and we can continue to do a good job as long as we're talking and discussing these things and being open about how do you navigate a blissful and blessed relationship. That's me on my side. But on her side, what she gives me and fulfills me with is priceless. I feel like my queen gives me unconditional love. She sees my childhood wounds and she licks them and kisses them. She strokes them. I feel like she sees me as a king. That's number one, paramount. She sees me and she says, that's a king. I need to respect him. I love him. He leads. I follow. She's powerful in her own right. Divine. Got high discernment. Can sing. Great mom. Homeschool. Holy Ghost filled, anointed, blessed, but still allows me to lead, which gives me great responsibility to lead such a powerful person. So there's a love and a wholeness that she gives me. I have to say, without her, I would be half a man. I would be a broken man. So I got to give God and her love credit for making me a solid, whole person. I don't know if all my trauma would have healed without divine and unconditional love from a great woman.
I agree. My partner are the same exact way. I think that's the reason I asked the question was because I understand the dance it takes and the idea that you're kind of going to be doing it forever. Just when you think you got it, you got to pivot one more time. With that said, and the creations that you both put out into the world musically and with your family, what do you think your children are getting from that? What lessons are you seeing them learn and actually implement into their lives because they're picking it up from you and their mother?
Wow. Something me and my wife both didn't have. What is it like to lay in a bed with two people who absolutely love each other more than anything in the world? Not many humans in history have ever felt that. What is it like to be between two people who are divine, blessed musicians, some of the best on the planet? What is it like to be conceived out of love? Many people even have that. You even conceived out of sex, but not conceived out of love, conceived out of blissful passion. What is it like to be had on purpose and wanted to come into the world? What is it like to be a child who, when you were conceived, both people were at their top health? Not full of liquor, alcohol, trauma, or dissension, not even an argument at the time of making love. They were at their top health peak and they made love and wanted it to happen. And all of that plays into how the cells, I believe, come down through the earth as the spirit is dropped into. And then as they grow up, they see us loving each other. They see me grabbing on my wife, hugging her, kissing her from behind, flirting with her. Like, oh, you would have to ask them when they're grown how it played out. But my prediction is that seeing that amount of love daily in the home is going to make them feel self-aware, have high self-esteem. It's going to breed a wholeness of mind that will, I believe, I would predict, make some of the best, most productive and well-rounded humans on the earth.
That's powerful. Because I sense that. I sense that from Jedi, of course. He's one of those. I know what I am and I don't question it. I just need to fine tune, refine, and continue building upon it. So I already have a great foundation, but I want to make my own foundation. I want to expand upon the foundation that, like you said, you and your wife might not have had because now you've been able to give it to them.
And that's all we need. We just need a starting ground without trauma. Is that too much to ask? Give me a child with a good foundation of love and don't give them any trauma, and then let them blossom. Everybody's not going to be perfect. They're going to have their trials and have to figure stuff out. But the foundation of self-esteem and self-love, that's priceless for a child.
What's up? It's UraelB, and I want to say thank you for listening to this conversation. If you're enjoying it, please consider purchasing my album that inspired it all, Respect the Real, Volume 2. The full album is available in the link in the description, and there's also a link to stream all the singles. Whichever way you support, I thank you for it. Well, I'm going to get out the way. Back to the conversation. Honestly, we could talk all day, but we're getting to the end of this, and I want to do one special thing with you and just you, because my other guests wouldn't be able to do this. But I feel like you spoke so much life in this conversation that I don't need you to do it again. What I want you to do is go off. I want you to go off right now and let the world know what's on your heart and mind so that they can't ever say they didn't get something positive and reaffirming from Dontae Winslow. So just go off. Let your mind fly off the handle.
Let my mind fly off the handle.
I want you to
song go off. It's deep. It's powerful. It's one of those songs that the algorithm kind of blocks it and shadow bans it because it's got too much truth in it. I don't hate on that. I think my music is so divine and blessed and touched by God. I never look at numbers and sales and who's listening. I just I only follow obedience. If God says make it, I make it. I create it, I let it go. My hands are up, God. Look, I surrender. My thing is surrendering to God as much as possible. Taking my shoes off so that I can be close to the ground because this is holy ground, God says. Like Moses, getting low to the ground, bowing, surrendering so that you can be used as a vessel to help heal and nurture and push God's people to the highest limit to show the testimony of how good God really is. Because God is a force. God is an energy. God is a power. It's within us. It's all around us. It's in the trees. It's in the songs. It's in the grass. It's in R&B. It's in trap. It's in gospel. It's in these chords. It's keyboards. It's phone. God is in everything because God is frequency, energy, vibration, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. It's like there's no word you can really ascribe to God. We use words like Elohim and God and Abba and Father, but really, God is everything. Our minds are too small to put God in. We can only have a snapshot of God, like one picture of one toe, and that's our vastness. But God is the whole body in the universe, bigger than the toe, out into the galaxy. So how can one brain even fathom what God is? But we know God is real because everything has a design, everything has a flow, everything has a purpose, everything, you don't have to understand the purpose, but there is purpose behind it. Purpose is wrapped in things that we can perceive as good and bad, the positive and the negative. Both charges are important and deemed necessary for how the universe moves, travels, and evolves. My only path is to vibrate the best that I can by using intention to move my molecules forward in a direction, and in watching out for resistance, the path of least resistance, to have faith with no doubt, remove all doubt. To remove doubt is to remove resistance. I'll say it again. To remove doubt is to remove resistance. You want a free-flowing, easy direction of where your intention goes to an idea and thought, bang, manifests it and explodes it and blooms the flower of intention into reality. We are bringing dreams and thoughts and ideas from infinity and nothingness and composing them to something that is tangible and visceral in thought first, and then into reality, what we deem as reality. And there are different realms and dimensions that we can't really see and know yet. The dimension of sound, where a dog can hear above 20 hertz, humans only hear 20. Doesn't mean the sound ain't there. We can't hear it, but it's there. The dog will say, "Woo!" We be like, there's nothing going on. Just like we think we can't see God, it's like, there's nothing going on. But God is there. You just don't have the laser lens to see him. But you do have the laser lens to see him. It's the heart. The heart has the ability to receive and transmit frequencies that the mind cannot comprehend yet, because the heart is the ultimate organism that's also an electromagnetic transducer, and it deals with feeling. It's flesh and it's blood, but that's not its sole purpose. Its purpose is to really transmit emotion and energy. The energy that goes out from the heart affects and touches other things. So it's important for us to make that energy as light, as close to light as possible, as positive, as enriching, as nurturing, as beautiful as possible, so that we can help heal and touch other things. And I think that God looks down on that and says, that's beautiful. I created something that's really magical. How we treat each other, how we love and how we create, how we make love and how we nurture, how we raise our kids and how we spend time, how we have fun and how we enjoy joy is what God smiles at, because he is proud of his creation. He loves his creation. When his creation no longer exists in the flesh, it still exists in the spirit, because no energy ever dies. It is my thought that death is bliss. If it were revealed to you that it would be bliss, soon as problems happen, people would take their life. Man, you heard? Man, we got the phone. We just registered, man. We just figured out everybody right on the other side having a party, chilling, or it's going crazy over there. Why I gotta pay my bills and sweat and why I gotta deal with cancer? Why I gotta deal with arthritis? I'm about to run over this bridge so I can go to bliss. That'd be too easy. God's like, I can't let you know that side. It's a secret. Shh, don't talk about it. When I shut this light off, a whole nother party opens up. Why you think that, Dontae? Because this is a finite package. This has to be less than the next because it's limiting. It only lives a certain amount of years. It's very vulnerable to pain, to destruction. It's precious. It's to be enjoyed for a little while. But what's in you, the you that makes you, your spirit, your soul, your eyes, that's not this flesh. Those are two different things. This is just a housing package. But the spirit that's in you is a beautiful, so preciously made thing. And what a miracle work of God is to make a spirit unite and amalgamate with flesh and make those things operate seamlessly, tethered for a certain amount of time. You always think you're you inside a body, but that ain't you at all. But the mastery of him being able to make them things work, like you ever try to put something inside something and make them go together, sometimes it fall apart. We rarely fall apart, for the existence of how many people there are. Yeah, you can lose your mind and you can come out of yourself. But for the most part, at a high percentage, people get to see the magic and enjoy the magic of being in their bodies. And I think when they transition out of their bodies, they see something even more magical because they don't have the limit of pain, emotion, feelings, hurt, war, destruction, evil, racism. All those things are irrelevant because you're just light. And then that light in your consciousness, in the collective consciousness, becomes one. And I think that's the magic of the universe. I think that's the big surprise. I perceive that it's bliss. I can't prove it because many people don't get to come back and say it. But the few people that have had NDEs, near-death experiences, always say things like, amazing. Oh my God, wow. I went over there and it was light and it was this, and that could be collective experiences in the subconscious that kind of transfer and stay hooked to the brain while they're still breathing in flesh. But I predict that the party on the other side is way better and bigger. That's my thought. That's my go off.
Dontae Winslow going off as I know he could do. This was a beautiful conversation. I want you to let the people know where they can find you and what you have coming next so they can be on the lookout for that.
Be on the lookout for my book entitled Divine Order. It is my life story. It is beautiful. It is amazing. It will transform the universe. It will reach into the future. It will bless man and womankind. It will heal. It will tell the story of my journey into manhood from childhood, how I overcame trauma, how I overcame pain, how much I was introduced to God. I pulled back and didn't believe in God and was reintroduced to God by very close friends and by my loving wife. It will introduce you into my love and passion for music and my studiousness and my tenacity. My perseverance is legendary, if I must say so myself. It just, like I said, the light don't turn down. It keeps going. And God has given me some very significant trials. And I'm grateful. And I thank God for bringing me out of the trials and allowing me to see the light. Even when I couldn't see the light, he would flicker that thing or he'd give me a kiss on the cheek. In my book, throughout it, I've mentioned things called kisses on the cheek. And God kisses you on the cheek when he gives you something special you've been asking for. And he's like, here it is. I know you've been wanting this. And it may take longer than you think, but it always comes. He gave me kisses on the cheek throughout the book. And so that book will be a movie. It'll be an audio book and maybe an episodic TV series as well. And be on the lookout for that and the music that comes with it. It'll have score. And I have an album called Pink Robots that I will be working on. My wife, Mashika, is working on her next album. Jedi's working on his album. So look out for all of those projects, 2026.
The Winslow Dynasty, the Divine Order.
Divine Order, baby. That's my tattoo. Say it every day. Divine Order.
Well, thank you again. This has been the Rebirth Podcast with UraelB. Please go to UraelB.com. You can listen to this full conversation there. There'll be snippets online of this. And I want everybody to remember, you are powerful. You are light. You have the divine order within you. Listen, absorb, respond, and make sure you live in the now.
You listen well. Thank you. You listen well. DontaeWinslow.com. Don't forget to put that on there if they want to find out more about me.
Go to DontaeWinslow.com. Make sure you find the Divine Order book, audio series, and everything else associated with it. And once again, thank you. Hey, it's UraelB, and I want to say thank you again for tuning in to this conversation. Your attention is extremely valuable. So if you took any value from this video, please consider liking, sharing this with someone, and subscribing to this channel. It goes a long way. And stay tuned for more. Check out one of these videos right here.